Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. In this video, we will be talking about the ultralight airplanes and helicopters that do not need any license to fly and there are no maintenance requirements from the FAA. Please remember to like and subscribe. Alright, let's get right into it. Fact 1. No license and no annuals. Ultralight aircraft are a category of small, lightweight, and simple flying machines that offer enthusiasts an accessible and relatively unregulated entry into aviation. Unlike traditional aircraft, ultralights typically do not require licensing, formal training, or FAA, Federal Aviation Administration, certification, making them an interesting option for those seeking the freedom of flight with fewer bureaucratic hurdles. These aircraft are designed to be easy to operate and maintain, often characterized by their minimalistic structures and lower operational costs. They are typically limited in terms of speed, range, and carrying capacity, which helps keep them accessible to a wide range of enthusiasts. The lack of formal requirements, however, means that operators assume greater responsibility for their safety and adherence to airspace regulations. While ultralight pilots are not mandated to complete formal training, responsible individuals often seek out training and safety courses voluntarily to enhance their skills and knowledge. Additionally, the FAA does provide certain regulations and guidelines for ultralight aircraft, such as weight limits and operational restrictions, to ensure some level of safety, placing a higher degree of personal responsibility on those who choose to operate these aircraft. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 2. Freedom to die. It may seem like that the FAA's approach to regulating ultralight aircraft is intended to encourage people to take huge risks or potentially put their lives in danger. The FAA's stance on ultralights is primarily rooted in the concept of personal freedom balanced with personal responsibility. Ultralight aircraft are typically smaller, simpler, and less powerful than traditional aircraft, which inherently limits their capabilities and potential risks. The FAA has chosen a regulatory approach that reflects these inherent limitations and allows enthusiasts to enjoy the freedom of flight without the bureaucratic burden of extensive regulations. This approach is meant to strike a balance between promoting aviation as a recreational pursuit and ensuring a reasonable level of safety. However, it's crucial to emphasize that while there are fewer regulatory requirements for ultralight aircraft, responsible operation, adherence to safety guidelines, and adequate training remain essential. Pilots are encouraged to prioritize their safety and that of others, and many choose to seek training and education voluntarily to mitigate risks. The FAA's approach is more about enabling individuals to pursue their passion for flight in a less formalized manner rather than promoting unnecessary risks. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 3. Mostly home-built. Ultralight aircraft are predominantly built from kits by their enthusiasts, making home-built constructions the norm within this segment of aviation. These kits come with pre-fabricated components, detailed assembly instructions, and the necessary materials to build the aircraft. This approach offers several advantages, including affordability, customization options, and a sense of accomplishment for the builders. Home-built ultralights provide individuals with the opportunity to craft an aircraft tailored to their preferences, whether for recreational flying or specific purposes like agriculture or surveillance. Moreover, building an ultralight from a kit can be a deeply rewarding experience, fostering a deeper understanding of the aircraft's mechanics and systems. Professionally built ultralights are relatively rare in comparison. These factory-produced models are typically constructed to meet specific regulations and quality standards, which can vary by country. These professionally built ultralights often come at a higher cost, making them less accessible to the budget-conscious hobbyist. In recent years, the availability of more advanced kits and the growth of the experimental amateur-built category have contributed to the rise of home-built ultralight aircraft. This trend reflects the DIY spirit and passion for aviation that many enthusiasts possess, turning their dreams of flight into reality through hands-on construction and customization of these lightweight flying machines. Alright, let's get into the next fact. Fact 4. Limited trainers. The availability of dedicated training schools and instructors for ultralight aircraft is limited, primarily due to a combination of practicality, economic factors, and perceived risks. Ultralights are characterized by their simplicity, often featuring minimal instrumentation and controls, which some argue makes formal training seem unnecessary for experienced pilots. These aircrafts can also only fly in remote unpopulated areas with wide open spaces, which makes it difficult for the majority of the population to access. From a business perspective, it can be challenging to sustain a dedicated ultralight flight school. The demand for such training is relatively low compared to other types of aviation, and the cost of operating a flight school is high, including maintenance, insurance, and overhead expenses. As a result, many flight schools prioritize training for more mainstream aircraft that can generate higher revenues. Moreover, some view ultralight flying as less regulated and more accessible to self-taught enthusiasts. While this independence can be appealing, it also raises safety concerns, as the lack of formal training can lead to inadequate knowledge of aviation regulations and safe flying practices. Alright, let's get into the next and final fact. Not a shortcut to flying. Ultralight aircraft, while offering a unique and exhilarating form of flight, are not a substitute for traditional aviation for several reasons. First and foremost, ultralights are inherently riskier than conventional aircraft due to their minimalistic design and limited safety features. The absence of comprehensive crash protection systems, such as airbags and reinforced structures, can make accidents more hazardous. Moreover, ultralights often lack the sophisticated avionics, navigation aids, and redundancy systems found in certified aircraft, making them less suitable for long-distance or complex flight missions. Their relatively low weight and small engines also restrict their capabilities, limiting their use in adverse weather conditions and challenging terrains. Additionally, ultralights may not be practical for transportation purposes or cargo transport, further emphasizing their recreational nature. Their limited payload capacity and shorter range make them unsuitable for most practical flying applications beyond personal enjoyment. Alright, that is it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe. See you next time.